Hello everybody, Sergeant Thomas here, and the wait is finally over. I'm ready to give you guys a tour of my hotel and casino. I've been building this structure for over 6 months now, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out, and I wouldn't consider this building to be 100% complete. As you can see, I have nothing built around it at this point, and the reason I have not built anything around it is I want to build other structures. For example, I want to build some more skyscrapers around it and see how they look, as well as how close they are to one another, and then I'll figure out what to do next to this building as well as the other buildings once I get them built up. And those are just the things I have left to do to the outside of the building. There is a handful of things I still have left to complete on the inside of the building, most notably in the casino area. And what I'll do is I'll do this video now, obviously, and once I start working on other things in this world, I'll come back to this building every once in a while and I'll do little things to it. And once I get those things complete that are not complete right now, I will do a follow-up video, kind of like an update video to this one, showing you guys those things that I have left to do as of right now. But anyways, as you can see, this is a very big structure, and like I said, it's taken me over 6 months to get to this point, which again, I'm not done, but you can kind of consider this to be a completely 100% done building, even though it's not. I built it using hardened clay as the orange there. I used quartz and quartz pillars mostly throughout this entire building on the structure itself. It has 24 rooms if I'm not mistaken. There is 6 floors or something like that. I forget, but anyways, you'll see all that here in a minute. As you can see, this is obviously the front of the building, and obviously, if you can't tell, I am in the just default texture pack, which I normally play in. For anybody that's new or not subscribed to my channel, if you're new, that's normally what I play in. It's the default texture pack. Back here in the back, you can see it looks quite different than the front, and that's because it protrudes out, and that's because of the staircase that's back here. It's just the way that it turned out. It was just how I had to do the staircase in the back, but we'll look at some more of the outside maybe towards the end of this video. Let's go ahead and jump to the inside of the building now. One thing I do want to mention is I want to do most of this tour on the ground like I am. I don't want to fly around too much because since this is such a big structure, on the inside there's so many shadows, mostly on the ground down in there. You can see a shadow in that corner, and you'll see little shadows here and there, and when you fly around it kind of looks worse to me than if I'm just on the ground like this walking around. I really don't know what to show first. Obviously, this is what you see when you first walk in here, is you see this giant chandelier. It looks much better than the chandelier I was originally going to go with. It looks way better. That was just a completely random chandelier that you see there, and I think it looks fine. So that's what we see when we first come in. I really don't know where to go. I guess I'll go down in the hotel part first, because all of this at this level mostly has to do with the hotel rooms up there and how to get up there. So yeah, we'll just start out with the casino portion first. As you can see in the sides, I have some trees and some, not really bushes, but grass and flowers and things like that. You can see the staircase. I did not know how to do this staircase for a while. It literally took me like 3 days to figure out how to do this staircase. I wanted it to curve. It's hard to explain or show you, but I wanted the staircase, instead of going straight down, I wanted it to curve both ways. But to do that, the staircase would have ended way over there at that staircase. Like, you would have walked down and it was just way too big. Even this staircase is huge, but it's kind of, it just had to be this way, I guess. You can see I've added redstone lamps in the stairs for lighting, because to be honest, the hardest thing throughout this entire build was the lighting. There was so many shadows, and like I said a minute ago, there still is lots of shadows. You can see a shadow on that catwalk there, and it's almost impossible to get rid of all of the shadows, but I did the best that I could to get rid of as many shadows as I possibly could. But anyways, when you come down these stairs, this right here is supposed to be the hotel lobby, and this was not originally how I was going to have the hotel lobby, where you would walk up to the front desk, but just because of the way the staircase had to be and other things, this is just the best place I could come up with for this. And you know what, I won't fly right now, but towards the end of the video I'll fly and give you guys better angles of some of these things. But as you can see, this is again where you would walk up and the person would be here greeting you, and you would either get a hotel room and go to your hotel room, or you would go down inside of the casino, which we will go down to now. So we continue down another flight of stairs, and you can see the other staircase here. And originally up here on that wall I had written out in big letters casino, and if you watch back to my like 2 videos ago, I had a teaser video of this hotel and casino, and if you look hard enough it does still say casino in that video, but it kind of just looked too gaudy to me, and it just I didn't like it, to be honest. So I took it out, and that's one of the things I may eventually come back and add something up here, but for now it looks fine to me. There's some more lighting as you can see up there, or it would have been really dark on that wall. This right here is a really big bar that I made, and I honestly am very, very happy with how it turned out. In the hotel or the casino portion down here, this was the very first thing that I built, and I really like it a lot. If you look at these orange, like just random lines, it is random, but it's to break up all the white, because without this orange here, there, and other spots, there was way too much white quartz going on in here, and so I did the best that I could to add as much hardened clay or orange clay, whatever you want to call that, to again just not have so much white going on. So you can see right here we've got our bar stools, and there's plenty of lighting going on under here, and I'll show you guys that if I don't forget. Actually, you know what, I'll just do it now. Somewhere I can break in here, and you can see there's just mass amounts of redstone lamps and redstone blocks to get rid of as much shadows as I could, because without having redstone lamps underneath every piece of wood that you see, it was having these shadows right here, and it was really bad looking. So I did the best that I could to add as much lighting and get rid of as much shadows as I could. You can see there's more shadowing going on here, but all in all it doesn't look that bad to me personally, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. You see more orange in the floor just to add more, I don't know, design. Got our grill over here to cook up some stuff for our guests, and that is not supposed to be like that. I don't know what was going on right there, but anyways, we fixed that. We got our like ice chest, or sinks, or whatever those can be, I don't really know. We got our fridge over there, all that stuff you guys know. Moving on, these are some of the last things I did in this build, in this world, in this hotel, was putting stuff like this, filling in empty areas. Like you got seating over there, you got seating there, I did it over there as well. And right here, if you can't already guess, these are supposed to resemble slot machines, and I did the best I could. I did the best research as I could, looking at other people's builds, looking at images of other slot machines people have come up with, and I don't know, to me these looked the best out of all the ones that I saw. I added a little bit to them of my own, like putting the daylight sensors on the top. I don't know, it looked a little better than just not having them, I guess is how I'll put it. So that's the slot machines. And then if we go to this side, these are supposed to be roulette tables, and these are pretty much exactly from an image, if that makes sense. I just went ahead, found an image that I liked, and recreated these how they look. And then the reason the floor looks like it does, how I got the black and red and then the orange going around, it's all due to lighting, because I will tell you guys, I sat here for like a week trying to figure out how to add lighting above these roulette tables, and it was impossible, because I couldn't hang anything from like this catwalk that would have been even over all the tables. It wouldn't have looked right. I tried building up from the floor and then making like some weird design with lights hanging, and it just, nothing looked right. So I just settled with making this weird checkered pattern and kind of like a circular pattern, and I'll fly up for this, and putting light, as you can see, in the floor, and then putting it all around. And it's not exactly what I was seeing in my head as I was trying to build this entire building, but again, I did the best I could. And then these were originally going to be pool tables. If you look at just the tables from this angle, it kind of looks like pool tables. But then when I placed a bunch of them, they weren't this spread out, they were close to each other. And these guys are really annoying, let me get away from them. I figured, you know what, these kind of look like poker tables, and these villagers will act as dealers for, you know, the players. So a player would sit here and then, you know, all the other seats, and he'll deal the cards out when we play poker. And you can see, I just put him down with an egg and then just pushed a cart into him using track and put them all there. And you can see here, again, this is all simply just for lighting. And I can't stress that enough, how hard it was to light stuff in this building, especially down here in this gigantic open room when there was nothing built in here. It was so dark in here, even with my gamma or whatever it's called turned up, I couldn't see nothing but dark spots. We got random lighting here and here just for lighting. And this right here is, as you can probably tell, is a stage. I didn't know at first what I was going to do with this wall. So I was looking at it, and I thought about it. Why don't I just build a stage? And so I went ahead and built a stage the best that I could, and then built this. It's supposed to, originally it was supposed to be a what's it called, a drum set. And then the more I messed with it, the more I thought, you know what, it looks like a DJ's like turntables and his computer and all that stuff, and some speakers and things like that. And then I got speakers hanging up there. These are supposed to be, I forget what they call them, not rafters. I mean, that's kind of a thing. I guess we'll just call them rafters, but there's, I don't know, there's another name I was thinking of. But anyways, then I got redstone lamps up in here to, you know, add more lighting up in this so it's not so dark up inside of there. And I think it looks okay. I wasn't completely going to just leave it like this. I was going to try to add something on the back wall, like a logo of some sort. And then I was going to have an entrance on both sides. I just haven't done that. That's one of the things I plan on doing that I am not, you know, satisfied or done with. And then underneath here, I thought of adding stuff in these areas, but I didn't know, for one, I didn't know what to add. And I also thought maybe it should stay open for people to stand here and watch the concert, you know, and dance. And so I just decided to just leave it open, because if I add stuff under here, then it's going to take away where people could stand at. They'd be all like piled up right here. And so I don't know, I just decided to leave it open. Something I didn't really show very well was this. When you come down the stairs, and we got our bar there, we got this, which is kind of just a garden. I don't exactly know what they call these. Botanical? I don't know. Anyways, tree there and the little garden area. So yeah, I also did think about extending this out underneath here, but I just didn't think it would look right, so I left it like it is. And then this right here next to the slot machines we just looked at is just another area for people to sit and relax and conversate and stuff like that. And you can see I got these trees on both sides, and the reason I put the trees is, for one, I thought they looked cool, but I didn't know what else to add there again. So I put the trees, and then I was like, you know what, I'm satisfied with that. It looks cool. It's open at the top, sunlight gets in, rain will get in, it's realistic. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. And then down here, this is one of the things I was recently working on as well, and I still have to do something in here. And this is going to be not only a bar right there, but it's kind of a restaurant. And as you can see, in all four corners of the building, there is stairwells coming down to this floor, except for this one, and that's because I deleted it, got rid of it, broke it all out, and added a like I said, a restaurant, cafe, bar, whatever you want to call it down in here. And the reason I didn't do it at the same level is, for some reason, it didn't look right to me being at the same level as I'm standing on. And also, I could not figure out for the life of me how to do it with the way the walls are. If you look at the walls, they're obviously not perfectly flat. I didn't know how to just have it look right. It's hard to explain, everybody builds in their own way, but I just could not get it to look right in my eyes. So I did it down here a couple levels anyways, and I think it looks great in my opinion. So you come down the stairs, and if you go in here, this little hallway is for the bartender or bartenders to get back here behind the bar. So that's kind of cool. They don't have to go through a gate like the other bar over there. Over here, this is supposed to be the kitchen for the restaurant here, and this is something, again, I still have left to do. But because this building has taken me so long, and like I said, I want to move on to other things, I'll just leave that. It's not that big a deal. Once I get it finished, again, I'll show you guys. But the reason I wanted a kitchen was, obviously we got a bar and we have these tables. Without the kitchen, it just doesn't look right, because the people behind the bar, they're serving drinks, not food. So that's what the restaurant cafeteria kitchen thingy, yeah. And then we got the men's room and we got the women's room, and they're pretty much built exactly the same way. You just got toilets in each of them, chair, sink, stuff like that, just random decorations. And not only is it bathrooms for the people at the restaurant slash bar, but I didn't have any restrooms anywhere else inside the casino, so that worked out perfect. There's still plenty of room to add other things in the walls. Like, I could bust this wall out and add something there. I could remove this stuff. I mean, I could still add on to this thing, but again and again, it's been so much time getting to this point. If I want to do those things later, add even more than what I still have left to do, then I'll do that in the future when I have nothing to do. But for now, I'm done with this thing for at the moment. So that's pretty much the casino down there. I know it's not the greatest. It didn't exactly turn out exactly how I seen it in my head, but what can you do? It's kind of hard when you're limited with certain materials because it is a game. But anyways, now we'll move on and we'll head our way up to the hotel rooms themselves. But first, we'll go up there above the chandelier, which is something kind of cool. It's nothing, crazy or anything. I don't want to hype it up too much now. But we'll get some better looks or better views from up here. And you know what? I'll just go ahead and fly. I don't know. Maybe I was, making it sound worse when I said I didn't want to fly, because I thought the shadow stood out more from a flying distance, because down here you don't really notice that shadow as bad, in my opinion, compared to when you're flying up here and looking down. You can see shadows everywhere, but it honestly doesn't look as bad as I made it sound, I don't think. Yeah, there's shadows in certain spots, but I honestly can't really do anything about that. I'll look at some more of this a little bit later, so let's go ahead and move on if I can learn to fly. This will become great views just about every window you look out of once I continue to build more structures around this world. You can see the drawbridge over there. But yeah, you walk up the staircase as we just did, and you can continue up towards the rooms, which we'll do here in a second, or you can come over here, and here is a kind of a floating bar. I mean, it's attached to the roof and it's kind of floating. But originally, I planned on having this just like it is, but above here where this bar is, I was going to have a restaurant like I have there, but up here. But the reason I did not do the restaurant up here is, as you can see, there wasn't much space to work with up here, and it would have been very, very difficult to have chairs and things like that, and then at the same time have a kitchen, or whatever you want to call it, where they're back there cooking for the people waiting in their seats to be served. It's just, it wouldn't have fit to have a kitchen and tables and things like that up here. So I decided, you know what, I'll just put a bar up here that's closer to the hotel rooms, so it worked out. I'm satisfied with this. It's a pretty big bar. If anybody wants to hang out at any of the bars, this one's got plenty of room if any of the other bars are full. But something I didn't like, and I haven't fixed yet, and I don't know how to fix it, is there is shadows here, and it's dark right in this area, and there's not much I can do, because if you look down here, I have stairs and I have no room to add redstone lamps, and I tried not to use glowstone as best I could throughout this entire build. That's why you won't see much glowstone, especially down in the casino portion. But anyways, let's move on, and we will go ahead and check out some of the hotel rooms. And I'm not obviously going to go through every hotel room because there is 24 of them, and to be honest, I pretty much copied every hotel room from one room to the other. I basically just copied and pasted. They are all different in their own ways because they're not exactly the same, because I may have used different pictures or different flowers in different pots in different rooms, but for the most part they're all laid out the same. When you come up, this is a little like lounge area where you can just come sit down and hang out. You can see all of the balconies hanging here, or overhanging. This stuff here, you can see there's glowstone there, but this stuff here was just to fill in the emptiness of the wall here, and this obviously to fill in this area. But before I go in a room, I'll show you the staircase is that way. Here also, this is the front of the building. You can see more balconies for the hallways, and then the stairwell back there. So, and it's the same on that side and that side. We'll go in this room. I believe, if I'm in the right room, this was the very first room that I made, and then I made all of the other rooms after this room. So when we come in the room, as we just did, on the right here, underneath the stairs, I had plenty of room to do this, so I went ahead and added these random closets with like what looks like shelves. We got our chair here, our kitchen right here, and you can see how I did all this. Let me step back and give you a better look at it. I really like the way these kitchens turned out. They're really small, but it's perfect for a hotel room. These almost feel like little apartments, which is kind of, kind of cool because, this is a huge hotel and casino. These are almost like all suites. I did think about making suites towards the very top portion of the building, like the top rooms, but at that point, when I thought about that, I was already pretty much done with all of these rooms, and I just said, you know what, I'll just continue the way I'm doing it now. Maybe I'll do that in a future hotel or something like that. But you got chandeliers there, a bar here, there's a redstone lamp underneath the black carpet there, or gray carpet. For lighting, we got a pool table here. We go up the stairs here, and this is kind of like the loft with the bedroom, or it's all wide open, but the bed here, TV, even though we already have a TV down there, why not have another TV, bookshelf, stuff like that. And then here is the bathroom. The bathrooms turned out perfect, because if you guys come out here and look, the bathrooms are above the hallways to each floor. Like if you go down the hallway on each floor, there's a bathroom right here to about, I don't know, right here. Then there's another bathroom, and then another bathroom, and another bathroom. So there's 4 bathrooms for all 4 rooms on each floor, and it happened to work out perfect where I had enough room. And to be honest, I didn't plan that out. It just happened that way, and that's why I'm explaining this, because it was just so freaking perfect. So here is the restroom, bathroom, whatever you want to call it, for this room that's across from the room we were just in. And then this wall, I believe, is double thick. Yes, it is. And then you go through here, and then this is the other bathroom for this room. And then again for this one, there's a bathroom over here. So it was just perfect how that worked out. And I guess I'll have to fix those holes that I just broke later on. Hopefully I don't forget that. But anyways, moving on, let's go back here and I'll show you the staircase. So there's more lighting up there. This is how the hallways are. And you will see on this floor it's the same way. So here's this hallway, it's pretty much the same thing. And then here's this balcony at the front that looks down, and this one, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty much, again, it's all the same. Again, and I will show you, actually, let me go outside. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot. I have to show something on the roof. So let's just go up this way. See, there's this floor, and this floor, and don't get dizzy. Okay, now we're at the roof. But I do want to just show that I'm not being lazy or making an excuse. Every room on every floor is completely 100% furnished. I can go on every side of the building and show you guys that every room it's 100% done. These are not things that I still have left to do to the building. All of these are done. And obviously the front rooms have the best view because they have these big giant windows in the front. So yeah, that looks cool. And as you can see, they're pretty much, again, like I said a few minutes ago, they're all pretty much the same thing. If you look really closely, there are little differences, but that's neither here nor there. So now, back to the roof. You would come up, like we just did, come out here and there's yet another bar. We got tables and stuff on, you know, each side here, and we got a jacuzzi there over here, and then we got a pool there and a pool over there, and then of course again the bar in the middle. All of this stuff is just filler, because without these tables and stuff, it's just a wide open white area and it just doesn't look right. And that doesn't necessarily look bad. I actually think it looks fine. These pools, both pools, I did not originally intend on them being on the roof. I was going to do stuff out back on the floor down here, on the ground level in the grass. But the more I looked at it, there isn't much room for me to add a staircase outside, because the way I did it, there's just no doors on the back. There's no staircase from the casino portion down there. I guess I could have, you know, knocked this wall out or something and had access out the back, but I just decided I'm just not going to build anything off the back of this hotel and casino back here. I'll just stick to making everything inside and on top of the roof, which I ended up doing. So it'll give you guys another view of the roof here from a little bit higher. I also was going to put helicopter pads on the roof, but it either had to be one or the other. I was going to put what you see here, or I was going to put helicopter pads. I wasn't going to put both because that's not realistic. You wouldn't have your guest up here lounging by a pool and have a helicopter coming in for a landing and crash and take a bunch of people out. It just wouldn't work out that way. So I ended up just going ahead and doing what you see, and I think it turned out fine. You guys will have to let me know, and you can see how I did the railing around the top, because as I was building the building itself, once I got to the roof here, I hadn't planned out all of this stuff, and I didn't know how I was going to basically make it to where people wouldn't be able to walk off of the roof. And so I ended up making this barrier around the top side of the roof, and I think it looks okay. So I really don't know what else to show you guys. I'll show you some more of the building really quick here. Show you what it looks like at night. It's pretty lit up. It's not like super bright. I would like it to be a little bit brighter at the bottom there. As you can see, it's a little bit dark, and that's because it's so wide open in there and there's not enough lighting spread out through the casino. But the rooms look pretty lit up. Let's switch it back to day. This won't be the only video. Like I said, I'll be doing the update video, but I'll come back to this building from time to time, you know, if people want to see more of it, because I'm not trying to sound like cocky or the best builder, but I think this building looks pretty good. If you have, you know, if you ask me, I guess you could kind of consider it modern if you kind of look at the sides here. That looks kind of modern-ish. I think it's a great build. I'm very proud of how it turned out. But I'll go ahead and show you guys the casino once more. Here's some shadows again. Oh, I hate looking up at those shadows, but it's not that bad, I guess. But here's some other angles of some stuff. You can look at some of the detail. And it's hard to show you guys. I know you guys watching are like, you know, that must have took you some time, because I did mention it took me 6 months. But there was things that just took forever, like coming up with all of these curves and coming down with things like this and bringing things from the roof like that, and it was really hard. I'm not going to play it down. It was very difficult to build this building. It wasn't so much placing all of the blocks. It was mostly how to place them, where to place them. That's what was so time consuming, because I wanted to take my time and not just rush through a build like this and have it turn out to where I wasn't so satisfied with it. Yeah, there's things that I'm not satisfied with, but they're not build breaking, game breaking, whatever you want to call it. I'm definitely 100% fine with how this building's turned out. Yeah, there could have been things differently, but all in all, I think it's great. But I don't know what else to show you guys. I think that's pretty much it for the tour of this building, the structure. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I would really like your guys' feedback. Let me know whether you liked it or you didn't. Everybody has their own build style. Some people might not like this, and I'm 100% content with that. If you don't like it, you know, you can keep that to yourself. You can tell me. It won't hurt my feelings. I'm open-minded. I know that people like certain things in Minecraft and some people don't like certain things, and I will not take it, you know, as an offense at all if you don't like this. That's totally up to you. But if you do like this building and this video, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit the like button and possibly share this with somebody, a friend or a relative or whatever, because this building, as I've mentioned multiple times in this video, has taken me so long. I've put so much time and effort into building this structure, and I think it's turned out great. Again, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I think not everybody builds like this in Minecraft. Not everybody has the time to build like this in Minecraft, and I understand that. Some people don't want to put as much time into something like this like I did, but seeing as how I did, I would really appreciate it if you guys would like this video. Again, if you guys want to leave comments, do that down below. I really don't know what else to say. I want to keep talking for some reason, but my jaw hurts. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. It's been a long time coming, and I finally am done with this building, and I hope you guys like it. That's all I can say, is I hope you guys like it, and I will talk to you guys later. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.